Hey guys, Gus's Garage. The next video I wanted to discuss with you guys was Ackermann angle. I see a lot of guys with Rockwell axles in the mud truck world with their steering on the front of their axles, not understanding that that's not the proper way to do it. Again, it does work. It's the same with the chunk flipping. It's fine, but it's not right. And I'm here to explain what Ackermann angle is. You can look it up on the internet, and it's basically the relationship of the turning angle of your inside and outside tires, because they both take a different arc when you turn your wheels around a turn. The inside wheel will take a sharper arc, and the outside wheel will have a less sharp arc. If you flip your hubs and put the steering in the front of the axle, you're going to have a situation that we call reverse Ackermann, which then makes your outside wheel turn sharper than your inside wheel. And essentially, every time you turn, your tires are going to be fighting each other, and it's either going to hop or they're just going to be constantly digging and fighting each other. So whatever wheel has more traction or weight on it is going to overpower the other one, as opposed to them tracking true together how they're supposed to. So a lot of guys say, well, my 4-link bars are in the way, so I put the steering in the front. That's fine. All I'm going to say is I've done it a few times like this, where my cylinder is above on top of this little platform, and then I mount my link bars below. This is not hooked up right now, but I'll take some more pictures and videos later. But essentially, all I'm saying is it's possible to do it this way. I've done it twice now. I did it on a set of 2.5 tons, and now on my 5-ton setup. So my steering cylinder, which is just hanging here right now because I'm not done, it's going to mount onto this platform up here, and then my link bars go underneath. They don't hang too far below the center or the bottom of the axle, and they actually don't interfere. So it's not so bad. You just got to think a little bit and do a lot of measuring and hope you don't muck it up. I actually like this a lot better too, because it protects the steering cylinder and your tie rod bar from when you run into stuff, because you're going to run into stuff. I just put a hook on the front of mine for pulling stuff out, and then it leaves space also for me to put my brakes up front up high. That's how I always do it. My trucks have always turned really well. And everyone goes, why does your truck turn so well? Well, because my Ackermann angle's right. People say, well, it's Ackermann angle. And then I explain it to them. If you look it up, there's diagrams you can find where it shows. People say, well, how about a Dana 60? The Dana 60 steering on the 1-ton stuff is in the front. The geometry that you need to understand is that the pivot point here on the kingpin, where this thing pivots, this knuckle, and where your steering pivot and the center line of your rear axle all should be in a direct line. So if you look at a Dana 60, the front steering is actually outboard of your kingpins, if you have a kingpin or a ball joint, whatever. But whatever your pivot point is, the steering arm is actually out, so that your pivot point, your kingpin, and the center of your rear diff, I'm pointing to the back, you can't see, is all in line. In these sheet metal knuckle, or in these knuckle cases, this is inboard of it just slightly, and you could draw a straight line right to the center of your rear diff. So that geometry here, or here, is what gets you that outside wheel turning less and the inside wheel turning way more when you turn, so that the front axle is not fighting itself. There's like Wikipedia pages and a bunch of documents if you guys Google it. I'm just explaining it in my little way. I think it makes a big difference. That's why I do it. I like it. Some guys don't care. Oh, it's just a mud truck. If you do a rear steer, who cares? Yeah, and then rear steer Ackermann, I don't know the answer to that one. The jury's still out on what the right way for the rear is, because the problem becomes when you When you turn the front, then the geometry all changes because the rear has to turn too. So I think in the rear, you just put the steering at the back and out of the way. But if you know the answer to that one or have some math behind it, let me know or comment, because I don't know what to do if I ever do rear steer. I don't know which way to put it in front or in the behind of the rear axle. But anyways, on the front, if you just do front steer and no solid rear axle, then yeah, that's the way to do it. All right, guys, happy mud trucking, and talk to you later.